Fight on, family. Preston's Paradise here, and USC football spring practice is currently underway. Lots of exciting recruiting news going on campus. You've seen a lot of new bodies come out to the practice field that we're very excited to have now. And you're hearing guys take on new roles and really establish what this team could do in 2025. So let's get into some of the spring action that happened this week at USC. Gonna start with recruiting. USC picked up a commitment from offensive tackle Chase Denis out of San Diego. 6'7", 295-pound offensive tackle. And I'm just talking about, you see the guys that USC is bringing in right now. I think it's clear that they're truly preparing for Big Ten football, man. The size of these guys coming into this program at this point, across the offensive line, across the defensive line. It's just different body types that we're really not used to seeing, that we haven't seen on campus in the last few years. And let's just look at some of the tape that Chase has, from his high school season last year. Look at Chase on tape. Really love the length, love the athleticism. You'll see him here on tape get out and run, use those feet, get downfield, attack and maul guys on that second level. But plays with good aggression, man. Plays with good aggression, great athleticism here. You see him here getting to the second level a little bit, getting upfield, getting some contact on the linebacker here. With him, it's all going to come down to staying low, man. 6'7", you're a big guy. We got another guy in the program right now, Aaron Dunn, who's a legitimate 6'8". Play with leverage, get low, and, low man always wins on the football field. So very excited to pick up a commitment here from Chase. And, let's look at the map. And, man, when you look at this map, added Chase right here, the whole entire West Coast, the whole state of California. We're drifting into Arizona and stuff, but it's too many bodies, man. We're bringing in too many kids from Southern California, bringing in too many kids from California, and just a smorgasbord of talent out there that continues to flow and flood the USC football. So that's how the map is looking right now. Latest edition, Chase Denis. Out of San Diego, and hey, there could be another commitment today that makes it even more crowded in the state of California, so we'll see what happens. Let's keep it going. The news, I'm sure you guys already know, Tomuhini Topui decommitted from Oregon, has been crystal ball to the USC Trojans. We all kind of saw this coming, and I'm not surprised, and I will show you right here why I'm not surprised and why Tom will be a USC Trojan. Now, we're going to talk brass tacks, right? We're talking about getting guys in the NFL, creating generational wealth for these young players that have worked their lives off, to get into this position. Regardless of whatever you may think, whatever you see on social media, whatever, you remember from the recent past, the last 10 years, USC has put more guys in the NFL than the University of Zero. All time, it's not even close. 531 to 244 all time. USC legendary historic program, the pageantry, lighting the torch is where you want to be. It's the place to be. Will help you accomplish all your goals and everything you want to do in life. It's an easy choice, man. Nobody goes to this school anymore. You don't want to go out to the Pacific Northwest. It's a depressing place. People are using all types of psychedelics and weird things. Come to USC. I can understand why a guy like Jonas Williams would decommit from Oregon. I can understand why a guy like Tomuhini Topui decommits from Oregon. Because really, it's just a lot of glitz and glamour, and there's really no substance or anything there that's going to help you achieve your goals and do what you want to do for your family. So, yeah, man, just a little illustration right here to remind people, last 10 years, and all time, certainly, USC has been putting more guys into the NFL and helping guys realize their dreams. As I said in the intro, spring is finally here. You see Kobe Pepe come out, put on 25-plus pounds in the offseason. You see here Floyd Boucard and obviously Thanos and that big four coming out looking like grown men as true freshmen here. It's pretty crazy that this is really this is really life, man. These guys are really on our roster. When's the last time we had 6+ guys, over 300 pounds, 6-7 guys over 300 pounds, over 315 pounds on the team, on the defensive line, man. It's incredible. And just so happy to have these body types in. Feeling away about, Keyshawn Silver dealing with the knee issues. Lincoln Riley talked about that yesterday. So hopefully that's not something that lingers on until the fall. I don't think it will be. I think he'll be ready. Even if you don't see him in action that much this spring, I think that will be taken care of by the end of spring. just words of Lincoln Riley. But man, nice to have these bodies on campus and on the practice field right now. Now let's talk about Jaden Maiava a little bit. His mindset right now in spring camp. I love what I'm hearing from Jaden Maiava. He's talking about the fact that he wants to be a leader. He wants to be more of a vocal leader. He knows where he needs to improve. He talked about the happy feet, truly becoming a complete quarterback. I think people underestimate the challenge that it was for him to walk into that locker room and take over that role last year. I thought it was a tough position, man. I thought the position that he walked into was just as tough as a position that Miller Moss had to take on as being a backup. At the latter part of the season, just feeling the opportunity slip out of your hands. I think it was a tough situation. I think you were winning over a locker room last year. You had to, make guys truly believe and trust you while you were still trying to find your fitting in a new offense, while you were still, getting used to becoming a USC Trojan and becoming a true, I don't want to say professional because they're not really professionals yet, but, being consistent. I think I heard Lincoln Riley speak on the fact that he's being a little too hard on himself. And, that's a coach's job and whatnot. I personally think that this is the time to be hard on yourself. Because I don't want you to be hard on yourself in the fall. Well, we're playing Oregon and Notre Dame and Nebraska on the road. Then you should be calm. Then you should be able to, move past mistakes, go on to the next play. Now is the time to be hard on yourself, in my personal opinion. Now is the time to refine your skills, get rid of those bad habits. And really, set the standard for yourself now so that standard is set, when, the meaningful games come around next fall. Because there's going to be meaningful games that we need you to be on point, that you can't have mistakes. And I think Jaden, I have a lot of faith in Jaden, man. I think he did a good job. I think he proves himself to be a winner. He proves himself to have something, in his heart, in his chest. When things matter the most in late game situations. And I think he's only going to improve, and he will be the starter going into next fall. I know a lot of people don't agree with me on that. That's my personal opinion, and I may be wrong. It's okay. It's okay. I don't shy away on this channel from my opinions and my takes and being wrong or being incorrect on certain things. But that's just how I'm feeling right now with Jaden Maiava. I think he has all the tools. And I think he's going to continue to improve mentally as well as physically. In the offseason, we thought he might have been. Many people, including myself, I thought he might have been a little bit better of an athlete than what we saw last year. I think that we're gonna see a little bit of improvement on that, as well as him picking apart defenses. And the best thing about it is we have a surgeon in Dan Lynn on the other side of that defense that is going to play mind games with Jaden Maiava, man, all spring. He's going to play mind games with Hassan Longstreet all spring and throw these guys in situations that they're going to have to make decisions and make the right decisions if they want things to go well in practices, in scrimmage, in team periods this spring. So excited for what we're going to see from Jaden Maiava come fall. And let's talk about some of these running backs. Man, oh man, am I excited for the running back room come next season. Wayman Jordan, obviously, JUCO transfer, had 20 touchdowns, 134.5 yards per game last year at Hutchins Junior College. And then Brian Jackson, in limited carries, 5.2 yards per carry. We've seen him. I posted a video not too long ago on Twitter of him getting some off-season work. Has all the tools. Great body. He's going to be playing football. I think he said his target weight is going to be around 225 come next season as his playing weight. And I think we're going to see a lot of thunder and lightning with these guys. I'm not going to sit here and compare. I'm not comparing them to Reggie Bush, Lindell White. But smash and dash. I think even Eli Rogers as well. There's already been reports out of camp how electric he is as a running back. And it's a perfect transition. And you see I have here run. Because we're moving on from Maiava. We're getting into these running backs. These are going to help Jaden Maiava. These guys are going to help Jaden Maiava so much. Coaching staff, I believe, like I said a few months ago, I think Lincoln Riley is, turning into, he's already an elite coach, but he's going to turn into a very, very elite coach. come next season. And I think he learned a lot. He learned a lot being in the Big Ten. He learned a lot about the possessions you get. He learned a lot about the style of play, how these referees call these games. And I think we're going to be able to lean on the run really when we need to and when we should be leaning on it come 2025. So very excited about all the backs we have in the stable right now and just how it's going to help things, through the air. How it's going to help Jaden Maiava, how it's going to help the defense. Just control time of possession and make it a lot easier on those guys as well. Lastly, want to talk about a guy and a couple guys who I think very highly of on this roster. A guy I don't talk about very much on this channel, Desmond Stevens, linebacker, seems to, love, the fact that Rob Ryan is on campus now as linebacker coach. A guy is stepping in, taking first reps. When they're going through drills at the linebacker position. And, the way he talks, just really leading the room, right? Love Eric Gentry. I think he's going to be a big impact player on this team as well this season. But Desmond Stevens is a guy that kind of came out of nowhere. Came out of nowhere in the recruiting cycle when he came in kind of late. And then just flashed, man. Looked so well on film. Made so many big plays. We could go back to that big play against Penn State that he made, just does so many things on the field, has great size, prototypical size of the position, great tackler in space, and is going to be a playmaker at the linebacker position this year. Just some of the things he talked about, how much comfortable he is going to be next season in this defense. Very excited, learning under Rob Ryan, and is really taking on a leadership role of the group. I know it's a thin linebacker group, but I think there's a lot of talent. And interesting, right? Because Newbie is now with the edges. And that's something that Braylon Shelby has talked about, right? I'm very excited to have, Elijah Newbie be just kind of an edge guy that you bring in to get after the quarterback on certain downs. And we know how Denton Lynn likes to use the blitzes, at all different times. Blitz early, in the downs. Blitz late in downs at times. And I think Elijah Newbie could be like a new chess piece on that defensive line that could just go crazy and make some plays. Very high on Braylon Shelby, man. I think he's going to have a hell of a season this year. I think he has NFL pedigree. I'm higher on him. I think he should be a cemented starter. I know that Lucas is still dealing with some injury stuff, not a full participant. And I'm high on my guy Braylon Shelby, man. I think Braylon Shelby should be a starter on this team if fall comes around. I think these guys are going to take on new roles and really compete and show they belong come this spring and come next season and establish themselves as leaders, both on the defensive line as well as the linebacker room. But yeah, things have been rolling. There's been a lot of, big things on campus. I know Drake London was on campus yesterday. Lockhart, Matt Riordan were on campus. Brandon Arrington was on campus. Tom was on campus the day prior, the first day of spring practice. So things are rolling, man. A lot of positive vibes. Do we get a commit today? Maybe, maybe not. We'll wait and see. But all in all, things are great. Things are fantastic on USC's campus, and things are going to continue to roll for this football program. So appreciate you guys watching the video. This is just a little spring update going off of some of the things I've seen and heard over the first couple practices this week. And yeah, man, if you guys enjoy the content, if you guys like the video, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy me talking about this program. Have a good weekend, guys, and fight on.